Hi, Angela here at So Bright Alpine Quilting, and we're here for the Great International Craft Show to give you our afternoon demonstration on machine applique using the beautiful pattern called Flowering Wreath by Freebird Designs Carolyn Murfitt from Melbourne. You've probably seen me already in the past. I did one on this one, which was the Inda Blossoms. So this is a little kit we put together for the cushion. Now we have the flowering wreath patterns, and I'm just going to give you a quick run through on how we go about using the templates. So we have a template set here that has all these beautiful templates that we trace around onto our fusible interfacing. If you haven't seen this method before, it's really fun, easy way to do it, and it gives you a turned edge. So all of these edges are turned under, but where they've been sewn with the iron-on interfacing and then stitched through on the machine. And Carolyn's done a great job. She does awesome free motion quilting at the same time. So it's as easy as taking your template and our pencil, and I like to use the Sew Line Trios, and just drawing around our template the number of times that you need for that leaf. Hi, Michelle. And we're going to draw around a few at a time. Now, if you're not fussy cutting, you can just cut this out. We'll just do 5 for now. You can just cut this out and lay that onto your fabric. But if you're going to fussy cut, you might want to cut them apart a bit further. So we'll just slice in between here so that you can see how we can fussy cut with this method. So we're going to take this lovely fat quarter from the Facet Collective. This is a Philip Jacobs design. Absolutely gorgeous, with the bearded iris on there, and we're going to lay our pieces down onto the fabric. We're going to just play around with how we want them to turn out. I'm going to be doing this flower here. Sorry, Steve. This flower here. So we want all of our points to be pointing outwards. Or alternatively, you can use the same template to make the flower with the points pointing in. It's very versatile. So we're going to have the points pointing out. So we'll lay our pieces of fabric, our interfacing onto our fabric, and we want all purple ones in this case. There's another one. There's another one there. And because I've put them all over the place, it's best to put a pin in so that we can take them to the machine and sew around them. So we're going to set up our machine with a neutral thread, and I think I've got a number 12 needle in. You could use a number 10 as well if you like, depending on what you like. And I've got an open toe foot on there, and I'll just quickly sew around one for you. Might be a bit noisy, but we'll cope. So we just sew on the line. And as you can see, the open toe foot helps so that you can see where you're going. And we'll just start off with a couple of stitches, and we'll do a little reverse because we don't want it to come undone. And then we're just going to sew on the line, moving around as we go. If we stop with our needle down, that helps us to pivot around. And my stitch length is about 2. We keep it nice and small, because we want to be able to turn it in, and we want our line to remain nice and smooth. If we have a too large a stitch, then when we turn through this, as we get on these tighter curves, it'll be a bit pointy as we turn it through. And so we just come up to the point, into the point, and lift everything up and turn it around and back down to where we started. And we're going to reverse again. And then we would continue to sew all of the leaves. And we'll go back around to the other side of the table. And we'll cut that one out. So you just cut it out. I'll just cut it out roughly with this first, and then I'll come back with the scissors. So you want a very scant seam allowance. If we need to tidy up, we can just do that with our scissors. So about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, and clip any little pointy bits. And then you're going to separate the two layers slightly. Pop a little snip in your interfacing. Make a little slit. And then you turn it through to the other side. You can use your finger to roll the edge a little bit, and then I usually come back with my point turner just to get a nice roll on that edge and make any points that are going to be visible nice and pointy. So we've got a nice turned edge there on our leaf or our petal. And then once we have all of our petals cut, we would take our background, and in this case I'm using this beautiful paint panel background, and we would place our leaf down with the rest of our shapes, and then you can machine stitch them in place. Sorry Steve, I'm just trying to get this, adjust this so that I can grab one that I did earlier. So if I take these ones and place these petals down, they might like to be overlapping a little bit.
Esther says memories of doing Idaho blossoms.
Have you made it already, Esther?
Idaho blossoms.
Into blossoms. There we go. So we could pop all them there, pop a centre in the middle, and then we would take that to the ironing board and we would press those in place. And then, as we've done with this one, come back with a nice coordinating thread and stitch around the edge. I haven't done this little bit green bit yet, but so I just use a pink variegated one on this one, and I would probably just use a nice purple variegated one on that one, and a nice gold in the middle of that one.
Esther says yes, she loves it.
Very good. Okay. So you can see how quickly you can make a lot of petals with just using your interfacing. We've got some more petals here that look really nice too. So this one is a similar. And so this is going to be more like a table center. So I would probably do this one to have all my my flowers going around, and probably just have them all over. So here's another one that we've got ready to go, and you can overlap things like this. This one can only, this might be only this many. Change the number of petals, because in nature it doesn't really matter how many petals you've got. That would actually probably look better with a big one like that. There's probably a couple of petals there that haven't been turned. Yes, so we've got a couple of petals that haven't been turned for this one, so I'll just show you that again. Easy as turning it inside out, right side out. Grab your little pokey tool. The other one that I use quite often is the purple thing, if you've got that one as well. That one's quite handy. But anything, you could even use a small chopstick. Anything that's got a bluntish end. You don't want it to be too pointy. You don't want to stick it through the fabric. So you can see, and we'll have one more petal to go in there, and that could be a nice open flower. This one's going to be another big one somewhere. Maybe for that one. So you'll find these patterns on the website at sobright.com.au, or you can go in through craftalive.com.au and see all the other exhibitors that are in the Great International Craft Show. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. with another demo for you. We hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.